Good morning, me hearties. It's just me, Scottie McClue. It's just 9:07. 9:07, 7 minutes past 9 on Sunday morning. And it's Sunday, the 15th of October, 2023. A very, very warm welcome, of course, to the world's top talk show. And we are live right now. So kind of you to come and join us. Dinky-Doo. We're also going to be streaming. Now, there's a conspiracy toaster starting off the debate with "not my king." Now, who would ever say "not my king" when we know the king is everyone's king and there's no such thing as "not my king"? So there we are. It's tantamount to treason, isn't it? Dinky-Doo, Scottie, how are we? Yes, indeed, we are wonderful. And welcome, 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 I say, this Sunday morning to Scottie McClue Live. We'll maybe have a debate about that as to why these people say "not my king." Hello, Scottie. Welcome, Argyle fan. Good morning to you, Scottie McClue. Dinky-Doo. Good morning, William. Do you know how to hypnotize? Oh, I'm sure we could manage something, Mendoza, but that's not part of my raison d'etre and modus operandi. See what I just did there? Hi from Stafford. So there we are, Dinky-Doo. Oh, it's the Stafford Bike Show. So there we are. And Angela is originally from Cumbernauld. Well, she's from Cumbernauld, but she's at Stafford Bike Show. Good morning. Tell us more about that. Good morning, Scottie, Dinky-Doo. It's Sarah Queen here. Sarah Queen, we love it. Do tell. Fantastic. So good to have you. Try to hypnotize me. Oh, no, Mendoza. I wouldn't do that in case you might be driving or something like that. And we don't want that. Welcome, 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 I say. Everybody get following. Fingers up to the top left. Click the plus sign. We need a couple of hundred followers right away. Morning, Dinky-Doo, Mr. McClue. Good morning, David. How good that you could come and join us. This is just fantastic. I'm not driving, says Mendoza. Well, we've only your word for that, Mendoza. I mean, what if you were and you crashed because you'd been hypnotized live on McClue? Free Palestine. Well, free everything, I say. They need to get round the table and stop this right away. You know, I heard that, was it 2,500 people have been killed already. You know, I mean, that is shocking, shocking, shocking. Even one death from this conflict is wrong. There we are. Please, says Mendoza. No, Mendoza, we're not hypnotizing anybody on here at the moment. Good morning, me hearties, says McClue. I shall just send that out just for you. Oh, please, no, don't go begging to be hypnotized on here. You know I can. You know I can do that. Mohammed shouting, free Palestinian. Free everybody, Mohammed. Yes, and put a stop to this. You know, religion should never, ever, ever, ever cause a problem, and it doesn't. What causes the problem is a lack of knowledge and understanding. Get following, guys. Never scroll, never troll. If you're thinking of scrolling, then give your head a serious bit of talking to. There we are. Why would you ever scroll from Scottie McClue? There we are. This is TikTok's top talk show. How's your day? My day, Mohammed, is absolutely outstanding. And it just got better because I'm talking to you beautiful people. So there you go. Now, wonderful night last night. Good morning. How are you, pal? Tom, good morning to you. How lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, what's today's plans? Well, today's plans, I think, a brisk walk. And then I think a little bit of break the fast. Here's a call coming in. You're live at Scottish Funnin'. Who's that?
Hello, Scottie, my man. It's Martin.
How are you getting on? Lovely to hear you.
I spoke to you last night.
You did speak to us last night, and we loved it. Everybody was asking for you.
Yeah, correct.
Yes. What's happening, Martin? You were telling us that you're getting a new house?
Yes, I am. I'm getting a new tent very, very soon. Hopefully we're in now in the next 2 weeks.
Aha. Oh, this is excellent stuff. And you'll be able to do the radio station from there as well, of course. Hello? Oh, we seem to have lost Martin. What a shame, actually. There we are. His phone must have just gone. But that's that. Never mind. We will get him back and we will see what is what. Good morning, everybody. And a very, very warm welcome if you've just joined us. I'm at the bike show with my hubby and had the pleasure of meeting Henry Cole. How marvellous. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hello.
We lost you. We lost you.
Aye, sorry, I said the signal keeps on dropping my pen.
Aha.
Dropping.
Right. Well, if it keeps dropping, we'll keep working at it.
Yes, I will. So I am still here. So I'll talk to you again soon. With more updates.
More updates. Bless you, Martin. Have a lovely day in DINKY-DOO. And regards to Emma. Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye, La. There we are. That's our Martin. Excellent. His signal's dropping out. Now, guys, there's lots of you coming on going Israel or Palestine. I don't take sides in these conflicts. I do not take sides because human beings are human beings. There is only one race. And if we've learned nothing by now, it should be not to kill each other. Thou shalt not kill. So there we are. I would have thought that there would have been a bit of attention to the good books. I respect your opinion, says Mohammed. Absolutely, Mohammed. Time to get round the table and look after each other. Hashtag be kind. Nice warm-looking jumper. Well, it's quite cool this morning. So I thought I'd pop something a bit warmer on, Jay. The studio's normally roasting with the lights and everything, as you know. So there we have it. Now there you are. You do this. I do this. Yes. I love your show, says Angela. Angela, bless you. The show last night was quite outstanding. And we just want to get everybody coming and joining us. Are you a loyalist and a Freemason? I wouldn't know anything about what you mean by that, Tommy. So a loyalist. You know, what does a loyalist mean? And a Freemason, well, I've never heard of Freemasonry. It's usually pretty expensive. If you think about it, a friend of mine got some operative masons to do his repointing on his country house, £50,000. So that doesn't sound free, does it? I tell you, there you are. Fantastic. And I don't know that... there's any connection between whatever a loyalist is and whatever a Freemason would be. So there you are. I shouldn't think there'd be any connection. There you have it. Now, what have you got here? Hi, Keegan, DINKY-DOO, I say to you. Get onto the telephones and let's know what's what, guys. Tremendous stuff. Just for the record, of course, I'm not anything. I am apolitical. I have no agenda. Follow us, guys, as soon as you can. There's Beethoven, as in Beethoven, and Aaron have followed live. Everybody on TikTok should be following Scottie McClue. I say to you, everybody. So if you're watching and you haven't followed, put it right now. My hubby, Alistair, is a fan of yours, says Angela. Excellent. Say hi to Alistair, Angela. DINKY-DOO. And which lodge are you with? Well, I used to be with the Wine Lodge. And we had what was called the Wine Circle. And what we would do then was some people brought their own wines and we used to taste it, but I don't drink the alcohol now. Hello, Scottie, DINKY-DOO, I say to you, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sunday morning, nothing gets past me. And the time is 9:16. Hello, Scottie, do you like Anaheim? I don't know what Anaheim is, Mohammed. There we are. I shall have to find out and get back to you on that one. So there you go. If you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching the world's top talk show with Scottie McClue, and we are live on TikTok just for you. Good morning from a Baltic Turbolton, says Ayrshire lad. Yes, indeed, Turbolton. We love it. Turbolton, fantastic. What have you got now down at Turbolton? Big Burns country, Rabbi Burns. I can't believe I found you on here, Scotty. Used to listen to you years ago on the old wireless. Beerthoven, I am so glad you found me. Can you please make sure you inform the whole world? And also get onto the YouTube channel. It's just youtube.com/Scottie McClue. The Bachelors Club, Scotty, that's it. The Bachelors Club at Turbolton. And then also we've got Pussy Nancy's Tavern, and that's at, oh my goodness, the other top place there. Hello, Fidel Beatty, the day, Scotty, DINKY-DOO, how are you? We're watching the rugby. Jack, quite right, so to do. Mauchline, Pussy Nancy's Tavern. I hope that's still to the fore. There we are, fantastic. All good stuff. I'll need to come down and see you all. I think, right, we need to do some sharing on the live on the YouTube. I hope you've all visited and subscribed. Get following as soon as you can. How are we doing for followers? And let me know when you've followed. I'll give you a shout out. I think that's important for Mauchline. Glasgow's just joined us. Welcome, Glasgow. My hubby came from Ayrshire, says Angela. I've got you, Angela. I understand now. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm just telling them that we're live now. So there we are. I'll just put Scotty live now. That's the one there. Right. We'll do that. Lovely. Scotty live now. Scotty live now at 9:19 a.m. Sunday. Sunday. And we'll put good morning. How about that? Good morning. Good morning. Isn't that beautiful? Right, there we are. Guys, I'm just going to send this out right now. And I'll put Scotland. And I'll put Scotland and Scotland rugby. Why not? There we go. I'll never make a great typist doing this, you know. I don't think I'd get a living out of it. Scotland rugby. And so there we go. And that should come up now. And it will also pop in that we're on TikTok as well. That goes there. Lovely. Right, I think that's pretty good. I think we can send that out now. Lovely, that's gone. So, guys, that's gone out to the X people, formerly Twitter. Morning, Uncle Scotty. Good morning, Lee. Michael says, good morning, Scotty. Guys, have you all followed and have you spread the word? You must spread the word. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. That's Scottie McClue is live. Just for you saying DINKY-DOO. They are fantastic. So that's gone out to the X, formerly Twitter. I say to you, follow us there. What is your religion, says Muhammad? Well, I'm a child of the universe, Muhammad. So my religion is universal. I would say, Scotty, try to hypnotize me. No one does that. We don't hypnotize, especially on a Sunday morning. My goodness, what would that be like? Tell 10 to tell 10 and get sharing the Twitter and watching all the videos there for you on TikTok. That's what it's all about. Scotty, you're the best hypnotist I know. Katrina, good morning. Good morning, Katrina. How lovely of you to join us and welcome, I say. Guys, I've got 1,500 likes. Is that not beautiful? 1,500 likes. Just incredible. So there we are. Anime is a Japanese cartoon. Anime. Is it anime or anime? Right, well, why would I be watching a Japanese cartoon, Mohammed? I ask you. So there you are. Have you heard of the Seaforth Highlanders, Scotty? An old friend of our family is in it. Yes, they joined with the Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders, which was actually my father's regiment. My father's a Queen's Own Cameron Highlander, although we did come from more the Argyll area. Absolutely fantastic. So there, the Seaforth Highlanders joined with them. And I think they were called after Lord Seaforth up in the northeast of Scotland. Am I right, or am I 100% correct? That's what we need to find out. Dinky-Doo, I say to every single one of you. Now, what have we got here? Yes, more followers, please. I need another 100 of you. Do you like Minecraft? Now, I believe it's brilliant. I need to learn to play it. And also Fortnite. Can you play Fortnite once a week? See what I just did there? My area are Argylls, but my granda was a Gordon Highlander. Katrina, yes. The Gordons. A Gordon for me. Good morning, Scottie. It's a lovely frosty morning. King Martin. It is indeed a lovely frosty morning. You're quite right. Now, what's going on in the world? Would you like to discuss it? We've also got the phones. So, I mean, we are sorted on here. Guys, every single one of you, rather than waste your time watching telly or listening to radio or whatever, come and join Scottie McClue live on the World's Top Talk Show, because we've got the whole world in our hands here. That's the winter chill, says McNulty. Well, it is. We are talking mid-October. Yes. We're just about to hit exactly mid-October. We're at the 15th. And then we've got All Hallows Evening, haven't we? Is that the 31st? I tried to avoid the news this past week, very dire. Katrina, quite right. I would say to people, do try and avoid the news, because it's just going to get more and more negative. There's death and destruction on it, and you haven't done it. So it shouldn't actually be brought into your lives to bring you down. You see what I'm saying? So I would stick with McClue. There we are. I mean, there's thousands being killed. Do you think Hamas should be wiped out? Well, we need to find out what the problems are. As my father used to say, there's been no peace in that land for 2,000 years. So the warring far predates Hamas or any other organization, I say to you. Do you remember Yasser Arafat? There we are. Follow us, guys, as soon as you possibly can. Send the Mossad in. Well, you could say that. Send in the Mossad, send in the CIA, send in British intelligence, send in the FBI. But what are they going to do to sort it out? We need a plan. And there needs to be some world organization, because obviously the ones we've got have no teeth. There needs to be some organization that's widely respected that can say to Israel and say to Palestine, stop right now. Otherwise, you realize there will be no Israel, there will be no Palestine. So stop right now and let's get talking. Capisce? You know? And that's what you're going. Brian, it's fine shouting free Palestine and free Israel and free every day, but we need to actually think big about this, because obviously tiny picture doesn't work. Them and us doesn't work. So we need to bring people together, stop the killing. And not my king, so they are conspiracy. Is everybody's king. So you got that 100% wrong, but you need to tell us why you said it. There you are. I tell you, there's somebody saying, free the pallet line. So I imagine they work in a business and something's jammed. It's another problem caused by the British. Well, Brian, you need to qualify what you mean. Are you talking about the Balfour Declaration of 1917, when Arthur James Balfour, who was, I think at that time, our foreign secretary, wrote to Lord Rothschild, who was kind of the leading member of the jury of the day, and obviously a leading financier. And, you know, he thought, there we are, we'll get you a land for you. Because, guys, you've got to remember, we're talking Jesus here. Man was born in Palestine and lives today in bread and wine. And the British were in Palestine. They had the whole thing in their hands. I actually knew the last governor of Palestine, the last military governor of Palestine. Actually, it wasn't anyone. It's Hamas just ordering this for no reason. Well, have we got to the very bottom of this? I can't see any organization doing something for no reason. So we need to bring that out as well. Rothschild gave Israel what we took from Palestine. Right, Brian? Yes, Arthur James Balfour was a Scot. And usually the best people in politics in the past have been the Scots. Well, the best people in the world have actually been the Scots. And I think that's why Westminster to this day doesn't want to give any quarter to Scotland, because it is such a powerful nation in terms of intelligence and skills and abilities and resources. So Westminster has to try and keep trying to exercise some kind of control, even if that appears colonial over Scotland. I mean, they managed to whisper away every single penny of profit from oil. How much oil money has been reinvested in the Scottish economy? British were in when the Ottoman Empire collapsed after the First World War. Yeah, but the British not in, was it 1916? And then you had 1922. But the British didn't leave Palestine till 1948. Have I got that right? After the bomb in the King David Hotel. The British government caused this. Well, just you'll have to tell us more about this. 1917. So that was, 1917 was the Balfour Declaration. There were A.J. Balfour. A.J. Balfour's private secretary was Ian Malcolm. Yes, of the Malcolms of Poltalloch in Argyll. And Ian Malcolm's son, Colonel George, very nice man, started the military tattoo in Edinburgh in 1948. Scottie, dinky-doo, Jason. My hubby and I are going back to the bike show today, then home to Cumbernauld tomorrow. What's it called? Cumbernauld. Egypt and Jordan have washed their hands of the area as well. It's far more complicated. Katrina, you are 100% correct. It is complicated, and it needs to be decomplicated, if there's such a term. I just gave you it. Whether there is or not, there is now. All right? A bit like dischuffed. Somebody's dischuffed. Scottie. Right, have you all followed me, please, on the TikTok? Very, very important. We need another 50 followers right now. I say to you, good, we're well up to date with our comments, guys. So if the British government caused it, are the British government powerful enough nowadays to sort it? To say, to write again to the leading members of the jury, not Jury, Jewry, and say, look, if there's going to be this fighting, we can't cope with this. So you need to maybe, come out of Israel and go somewhere else in the world. What about that? 2 sergeants were murdered and their bodies left the booby traps, killing more British soldiers. Yes, I take it you are talking about the Argylls. Yes, indeed. And one of the majors also as well. And that was the Arabs, I tell you. That was the problem there. Is that what we're talking about? Just a Scot. So there you go. Are we talking about the same thing in Aden? Because one of the officers was one of the Malcolms. Who cut down from the noses then the British fled. And where the British have always fled, they're very, very bad at leaving things. Thoughts on the Falkland Islands War? Well, that's some time ago now, isn't it? I'm just trying to think, is it 30 years since the Falklands? 30 years. Lieutenant Colonel H. Jones. Dinky-Doo, mate. I'm not well. I've got a bad cold and cough. What's the best to take? Well, I don't know why you say you've got a bad cold, because is there such a thing as a good cold or a good cough? I think you're looking at the honey and lemon, Robert, if you're not allergic to either honey or lemon. Did the British carve out the country of Palestine? No. They carved out an area already ruled by others. Katrina, very good. Full marks, Katrina. I like what you're saying. Have you heard the song "Oh Roundtree," Jay? If you scroll down your TikTok videos, you will see Scottie McClue renditioning. So there you are, renditioning the Roundtree. Oh, Roundtree, you've aye been dear to me. Prince Andrew's battleship was the first casualty in the Falklands. There we are. What are we talking about? We're talking HMS Sheffield. I say to you, thank you, mate. I'll try that. Yes, Robert. Yes, the hot water and the honey and the lemon juice. Rowan is my daughter's name, and I sing that to her. Katrina, what a beautiful song to sing. Your man for the Roundtree was Kenneth McKellar. Outstanding. Beautiful song. Guys, if you've just joined us, very good morning. You're watching the world's top talk show. Never scroll, never troll. Scottie McClue, hashtag Floatie, the first lord of the internet, live just for you, saying Dinky-Doo. We're also streaming on the YouTube channel, and you will see the link at the top of the TikTok bio. So there we are. Ever listened to any of the Bobags? Oh, very, very funny. I think what we'll do with you, Mr. Diver, is just give you a ban. Lifetime ban for Mr. Diver, guys. There we go, for trying to be funny. That's the end of him. And now then, amazing as ever. Thank you, Charlie Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. What's your views on Gaza and Israel? Well, my views are it has to be sorted out. I've even said I'll go to the meetings if it helps. But they need to get round the table right now. I mean, about 2,500 people, over 2,500, was it 2,700 have been killed. And about another 7,000 wounded. You know, I mean, even one death through this kind of conflict is unacceptable, especially when they've had 2,000 years to sort it out. Or if you're talking about the state of Israel, they've had 75 years to sort it out. 75 years. Lieutenant Colonel Cullen Mitchell, or the Argylls, was actually wounded in the King David Hotel blast. So there you have it. The Argylls are in then. Top man to you, Robert. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. My favourite is my Ain folk. It brings a tear. Have you heard it, Scott? Oh, know it like the back of my head. At him in dear old Scotland, we my Ain folk. I had a lovely neighbour who was brought up in a Japanese camp. His father was taken away from Hong Kong to work on the railway, and his mother was a beautiful singer, and she used to sing that in the camp in Japan. She would sing that song. So there we are, and of course all the Scots there. The problem is religion in the region. No, Katrina, religion is never, ever, 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 ever a problem. So I can't agree with you there. The problem is a lack of knowledge and understanding and appreciation of religion. Once you sort that, Katrina, you are sorted. Trust McClue. McClue might seem like just an athlete, but I know my stuff. Should the BBC be calling out the Hamas as terrorists? Well, I think the BBC represents British interests. And I don't think it's in British interests to call out Hamas as, what would you call them out as? Freedom fighters? The Arab Army? I mean, what would you say they should say? But the BBC have often trumpeted that, they have no agenda. But I think during the Iraq War, that went by the by, because Number 10 and the BBC have often locked horns since the BBC's inception. So there we are. So inception for reception. So when the BBC started by our old chum, Lord Reith from Glasgow, Sir John Reith, knighted at 37, not bad. When John Reith was given the brief to start the BBC because broadcasting had proved its power through the airwaves, fantastic. During the First World War, the British had to get in and harness that as quickly as possible. Hence the BBC, and it's a corporation because Sir John incorporated it. So there we are, big business, but it was supposed to be a not-for-profit. Israel stole Palestinian land. Well, it must have had some help. You don't just steal the land and nobody objects. So I think, as I say, we have to look at everything. You love a good song on a Sunday. Yes, morning, Scotty. DINKY-DOO. Good morning, everybody. And a very, very warm welcome to Scottie McClue, live with the world's top talk show. Guys, can all of you visit the YouTube channel and subscribe? Can all of you tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap on your phones? And we've got 2,000 likes. If you're feeling flush, we never ask for anything. If you're feeling flush, there's a little goal of red roses there. You can top that up. Good morning, Winston. Good morning. Oh, very kind of you to join us. Do you think now, if Churchill was still the Prime Minister, he would be going live on the telly, on the BBC's morning show and giving his opinion about what's happened? Because he was still around, big style, 1917, Arthur James Balfour, a conservative prime minister, and then foreign secretary. Was that right? So Arthur Balfour would be foreign secretary at the time of the Balfour Declaration, when he wrote to Lord Rothschild, perhaps the most senior member of the British jury at the time. So there you have it. We are Great Britain. You don't know me, but you talk, you've just said you talk SH1T. Thanks to Pesky Torres. I mind listening to you on TalkSport. Yes, John, absolutely. McClue has been on the radio, big style. We should be back on the radio, Probably could be sitting at TalkSport to this day. Well, it's mainly all sports now. It was talk radio then. A face to the name used to listen to in the radio. Hope you're still a straight talker. Well, Mr. Magic, we've done some pretty straight talking this morning. So let's hope I am. Fantastic. You're so funny. John, thank you very much. Yes, I don't always mean to be funny, but apparently I am. I went into a shop one day and the shopkeeper just started laughing. I think it must be my fias, my fisog. Can you all get following on the TikTok and subscribing on the YouTube channel? Has everybody visited the YouTube channel? The URL is just up on the bio. You'll see it there. Just click that. Come over and join us. John's followed. Mr. Magic's followed. We Are Here is followed. Excellent. Thank you very much, beautiful people. Everybody on TikTok should be following Scottie McClue. Everybody on YouTube should be subscribing to Scottie McClue. It's not a lot to ask after 40 years of serving the nation. Scottie, I'd love to take a line with you. Well, I don't line dance anymore, and I don't stomp, but I'm sure we could manage a two to the left and two to the right. Fit like the day, man. There's Frankie saying, are you on the level? Why, am I looking a wee bit squint? Am I leaning one way or the other? Mr. Hotfather is going bananas with the red roses. Mr. Hotfather's putting red roses into the goal. Mr. Hotfather, you're very, very, very kind. Mr. Hotfather's just got the #1 gifter badge, guys. Do you think, what do you think about the problem we have with imagination? Well, I would imagine that the problem is we don't use our imaginations to the extent that we do. And we don't seem to use our mind's eye, John. Bye-bye, we're off to the bike show. Take care. Angela, have a beautiful day, you and your dear hub, and safe home to Cumbernauld. What's it called? Cumbernauld. Fantastic. Oh, guys, if you're wanting Scottie McClue to do your adverts for your Christmas advertising, give us a shout. Hotfather, what are you doing? Hotfather's going so crazy here. 199 red roses. Wow. Have you heard of Sandwood Bay in Scotland? Truly stunning. Tell us more, Jay. Where is it? And I'll tell you. Evening, Lord Duke of Dundee. There's Onion Baji. Onion Baji is down under in Australia. And he's saying, hi, good evening. The Lord Duke of Dundee, Katrina, has given me red roses. Have you ever researched your family tree? I know it backwards. I know it backwards. We gave the monks of Paisley Abbey the land to build the abbey way back in 1100, in the days of Walter Stewart, the Stuarts. So the Stuarts were starting, and then that was the Stuart Kings. The spelling changed from S-T-E-W-A-R-T to S-T-U-A-R-T, which is the French spelling. I'm a Scottish genealogist. Fantastic. How did you feel about the Irish bowing out last night? Well, we like people to bow out. It's a very sophisticated way to go. Based in Greenock. Yes, Katrina, amazing. How fantastic is that? Well, my goodness, there are some interesting people in Greenock right to this day. But if you look back at all the big names that you had, the Scots, the Kincaids, the Kerrs, the Walkers, the Drummonds, the Lamonts, the, who were the big names, I say, the Ferrers, John Galt, Birdie Bowers, who else have we got? The Kidstons, the Blakeston Houstons, the Macmillans, the Lithgows. Yes, you're talking lots of names. The now wait a minute. Who else have we got? The Stuarts, of course, very, very big. I mean, you know, it's hyphenated name, Shaw Stuart. You know, would you visit St. Kilda? I'd love to visit St. Kilda. St. Kilda is an archipelago of islands, and Hirta is the main island, the one that was abandoned in 1935, 36. They had a very tough time. And the Nos, at the time, the village Nos, wrote to the authorities and said, really, these people, for their own benefit, should not be here. It's too tough. The Shaw Stewarts at Ardgowan, yes. What about the Kellys at Weems Bay? There's another one for you, Katrina. Good morning, you handsome Scot. Faye's the legacy. How lovely to have you with us. And DINKY-DOO, has everybody followed? Very important, guys. We need to get more. I need another 50 followers on the TikTok. 50 followers. I say to you, I missed my trip to St Kilda because of the weather. Gutted, oh, Katrina. I believe it is quite magical to visit, but there was a lot of infant mortality. Well, there was everywhere. I think the original laird of St Kilda was the MacLeods of Dunvegan and Skye. Am I right? There you go. And they used to pay the rent to St Kildans because they had no money, no currency to speak of. They paid their rent in feathers, seabird feathers like the fulmar. And I can remember hearing an old documentary, and the St Kildan gentleman said, you've got to get the fulmar before she spits. So there you are. So I don't know what was in the spit. The fulmar's drinking at you, and you can get covered in evil smelling fulmar spit, the seabirds. And they used to be barefooted, the St Kildans, and go down the cliffs on ropes to collect the eggs and the seabirds for food and store them up. We also had a Lindsay connection here from the infamous Auld Dunrod, the Auld Dunrod farm. Yes, wonderful. Oh, lots of connections. I'll tell you, Greenock, fascinating place because so many of the Highlanders. I mean, Burns Highland Mary from Greenock, the Mother Burns Club, Greenock, the Well Park, Regent Street, Nelson Street, Antigua Street, Jamaica Street. What else have we got? I could go on. Kelly Street, there you are. Art Gowan Street, Brisbane Street, Lord Brisbane, Madeira Street from Madeira. You see? Newark Street, incredible. Fantastic. It was a warlock. Oh, there were warlocks and witches, the Dunrod witches, and the Inverkip. Yes, Inverkip. Was there not? Was it Old Maggie that was in Inverkip? The poor things. I went to school in Madeira Street, Katrina. So did I. How amazing. It must be the same place. And that school, I went into it. I was in the old original building on Nelson Street, and then at Nelson Street, Newton Street, Finnert Street, and the old Art Gowan School. That not amazing. Mary Lamont was the witch. Yes, indeed. Should have known that. Of course, there were brilliant women. There were herbalists. And that plot where they built the school, we moved in 1964. It was one house. And I remember the house, Balclutha. It was Scott the shipbuilder's house. And if you're where the middle gates were, halfway up Madeira Street, just below Brisbane Street, if you look, you'll see the stables just above what was the old Finnart Church. And that's the stables for Balclutha, built around 1848. And a very interesting guy in it. Now, what was his name? He was a huge liberal. Cameron. I think it was Sir David Cameron. He was the occupant of Balclutha. And then Scott bought it. It was a massive, massive old mansion. And then Scott died. He was only in his early 60s. The poor soul took a cold and died in 1939. And the war started. And the Wrens and the Royal Navy took over Balclutha. Then after the war, of course, it was a hostel for a while, and then it got neglected. Compulsory purchase order by the council. Oh, no, I think a local builder bought it, but couldn't build anything on it or something. And the council compulsory purchased the land, and then they built Greenock Academy, the second Greenock Academy, which of course became famous in the BBC's Waterloo Road. What about that? there you have it. Have you got a daughter? I don't have a daughter to my knowledge, RRD. I tell you, but I think probably I would have liked to have had a daughter. There we are. This man is a legend. I thank you very much, William. Maybe if you went off your face, you would understand his phase. Yes, indeed, absolutely phase. And we're not just going through a phase. See what I just did there? How lovely are you people? I need everybody following, guys. If you haven't followed Scottie McClue, then ask what's wrong with you and DINKY-DOO. Sergio. We love it. And thank you for joining us on the YouTube channel. Every TikToker, feel free to visit the YouTube channel and subscribe. Sorry, Scott, but some people make me mad. Well, Faze, no, you're quite right. And you were looking after McClue there. Because I don't think I deserve any cheek. And certainly not any online abuse. Do you know what I mean? I have no agenda. I tell the truth. I give everyone the facts. And then you get the half-wits going, oh, that's rubbish. Because they don't understand it. I say to you, might be because they're off their phase. Good morning. How's it going? Says Gary. Gary, how lovely to have you with us. And a big DINKY-DOO to you. This is fantastic. We'll maybe get a tune in the squeeze box if you want later. Sunday morning, you can't beat a wee tune on the squeeze box. Can everybody tap their phones? Tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap. As hard as you possibly can. Well, not as hard as you can. We don't want to break the phones. But, you know, just to let everybody know that we are live. There you go. Don't Ban has just sent me a pumpkin. Is that not beautiful? I've just had a pumpkin. It says don't ban. I streamed YouTube for years. I've seen all sorts of idiots. There are variety of them. Faze, absolutely. I didn't know you were a streamer. Yes, so any advice you can give McClue, you're very welcome. We'd quite like to get the subscriptions up to 5,000. Shouldn't be difficult to do. So if 500 people just subscribed, then it's sorted. So I would say to everybody on the TikTok, spend your day, pop up to McClue's bio there and just tap the link and it'll take you straight to it. Can Andy get a DINKY-DOO, please, says wee Angie. Andy can always get a DINKY-DOO, Angie. DINKY-DOO, Andy, I said to you. Hi, Scotty, sorry I'm late, says Shua. Shua, you never, ever, ever need to apologize. It's just, if you miss a moment of Scottie McClue, you miss a moment of life. I gave up in 2019 when my wife passed, says Faz. Faz, I'm so sorry to hear that. And, you know, was it just too much? Do feel free to say. So there you are. And Katrina is saying about Faze's late lady condolences. Thank you so much, Katrina. And a very super lady. Oh, there's another famous name as well in Greenock, Stevenson. Yes. And then the Stevenson lighthouses. Yes, what about that? Crawford Street. There we have. We've got Crawford Street in Greenock. We've got Crawford Street in Milport. I know that because I knew somebody who lived there. Lovely to have you with us, Shua and DINKY-DOO. How are we doing for followers? 3,000 likes. Beautiful. Guys, I need another 25 followers. ASAP. Can you say hi to my mum, Ashley? Of course I can. Good morning, Mum Ashley. And hi from Scottie McClue saying DINKY-DOO to you. Have you heard of the Scottish slang word stummer? No, I've heard of a stunner. Oh, used to say that about attractive ladies. She's a stunner. You know, that's right. Crawford, very important family. Cross Greenock, Linlithgow, Kilbarchan, and Kilbirnie. Yes, indeed. And of course, you've got who else have we got? Let me think. The Lairds of Kilmacombe, and the Burke Myers. Yes, the Gurrock Rope Works originally started in Gurrock, I believe. There we are, the Birkmars, another well-known family. Did we get the Kidstons, George Kidston? There we are. So lots of very famous families in Scotland. Stumer, I meant a steamer. A steamer. Is it not a steamer? Yes. So we used to have the Clyde steamers. And then if you had somebody who'd had partaken of too much of a light refreshment, they were entering into the heavy refreshment stage. They were a steamer. Oh, it's an absolute steamer, man. He's steaming. There we go. Scotty, what's your favourite cathedral? I think I've probably been in them all, sure. We've got St Andrew's Cathedral. We've got, do you know what St Peter's Cathedral is in London? St Peter's. There we are. I suppose you would have called it a cathedral. It was St Peter's. Yes, and you've got St Paul's. So which one's St Peter's? In Greenock, we could go on and on, says Katrina. Oh, Katrina, could we not just? You know, and then, of course, when you get over to Dunoon, you've got more Lammonts, and you've got Campbell's, and you've got, I mean, I'm thinking of Kilmun, you know, and you've got Ferguson's. Wonderful when you get over there. What have we got here? Pinky Promise. Absolutely, Faze. There we are. Thank you for my duckling. Guys, I've got 209 red roses. What are you guys like? You are so kind. Wow. And I need 25 more followers. And then that's it for today. And also, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need to get that up to 5,000. So whatever way you do it, guys, I don't mind. Spread the word. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie McClue live on TikTok and the YouTube channel. Faze is giving me beautiful gifts here. Guys, I've got red roses, 209. Katrina's just sent 3. Is that not beautiful? The Legacy send me finger heart, a duckling, a rugby ball. What else? Katrina's sending lightning bolts. William's sending red roses. 212, guys. Can you believe it? The Orange Order ruined our chance at independence. Sean, I would agree with that, but I wouldn't just blame the Orange Order because they stand for the Crown and the Bible, so I am reliably informed. And had every Scot got 100% behind the monarchy, chucked all this not my king rubbish, chucked all this booing the national anthem rubbish, if they'd all got behind the monarchy, that would have been that little challenge ironed out. And then you would have got the unionist vote who genuinely believe in independence because they would have known that the Crown and the Bible were safe in Scottish hands and safe in the hands of the Scottish nationalists. Do you see where I'm coming from? And every single half-wit comes flying back, oh, not my king, not my king. Every single not my kinger is anti-Scots and anti-independence. Have we got that? So I would say to the Scottish people, make sure you support the monarchy. If you don't care for the incumbent, then you must respect the office of the Crown. The incumbent is the representative of the Crown. The Crown as such is in the hands of the City of London, the Square Mile, the Golden Mile, the big pennies, because that's where the money is. And that's what buys and sells things. Yeah. And when you hear these are Crown estates, that belongs to the Crown. Yeah. The Crown is our symbol of authority. The king is the representative. Scotty, what's your favourite cathedral? Sorry, we're talking. So I love Glasgow Cathedral. I love Dunkeld Cathedral. I love St. Mary's Cathedral, Palmerston Place. I love St. Giles Cathedral. I even love Elgin Cathedral, although it has no roof. It collapsed during an Easter service in the 1600s. Palm Sunday, I think it collapsed. The roof came in. Venice, Vienna. I haven't been to Venice. Vienna, the beautiful cathedral. Winchester Cathedral, St. Paul's Cathedral, St. Peter's, which is, I'll let you into secret, Westminster Abbey. Westminster Abbey is St. Peter's, the great church of St. Peter for when we were all Roman Catholic. Westminster Cathedral itself, the beautiful Catholic cathedral, love that. I've popped in, lit a candle. What other wonderful cathedrals do we have? Coventry Cathedral, outstanding. Durham Cathedral, outstanding. Salisbury Cathedral, outstanding. I've visited all of these. I'm just coming up with what other ones. So many, guys. Absolutely wonderful. I wasn't wholly impressed with Venice, really, says Kyle. Guys, who's been to Venice? And we can discuss the pros and the cons. Ely Cathedral. Now, Shan, that's one I haven't actually been in. Worcester Cathedral. York Minster's my favourite, Susan. I know and love York Minster. I've hugged the Roman pillar outside York Minster, the energy in that pillar. What one's the Tomb of the Unknown Warrior? Gee, that's Westminster Abbey. That's the great church of St. Peter. I say to you, fantastic. Now, what else have we got? Lincoln Cathedral. Been to Lincoln Cathedral, outstanding. You have to watch your ears when the big clock strikes the hour. The house of William Byrd, B-Y-R-D, is in the corner of the cathedral close. There is a statue of Alfred Lord Tennyson in the grounds, and the bell goes ding, 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 ding. And so there, thank you to Wills and the others for contributing to the live. You're beautiful people. What about the Vatican? Ravens of the North. I haven't been to St. Peter's Basilica, but I will go because the grave of Bonnie Prince Charlie is in the Basilica. King Carlos. And a friend of mine was going to Rome with a party of young school children. And I said, can you get me a picture of King Charles's tomb? And he brought it back on the Monday. It was wonderful. I went for a stopover from San Marino on the way home with the Tartan Army. Amazing. Guys, we're going to have to dash. We're out of time. It's loud. Shan, is it not just? I wish we could stay on all morning. You're beautiful. Make sure you follow Scottie McClue, DINKY-DOO. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. That's our TikTokers. Ta-ta. Are they not just beautiful, guys? Fantastic. No tune, mate. I don't think we've got time, Robert, for a tune. Otherwise, we could have squeezed one in for you. But what a fabulous, fabulous show this morning. I mean, ad hoc. We don't advertise that we're going live. So set your notifications. Very important. And get subscribing, I say. Goodbye, everybody. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay fabulous. # be kind. Pray for Palestine and for Israel and for Britain and for America and for every nation of the world that they can get their act together and sort out this mess. This mess, which is quite absurd in the 21st century. Good morning.